What is up, I'm gorgeous, beautiful gamers, welcome back to role-playing games. This is Mariel Corner in the internet where we like to discuss about RPGs. If you like the content, if you like to have these conversations with Mariel James, I would very much like to invite you, like always, to hit that like button because it really helps me like you have no idea. And also, most of the people that watches my content are in fact not subscribed to my channel, so what are you waiting for? In today's video I am going to show you my final definitive meta build based on Master's Touch. And why do we use Master's Touch? Simply because I am way too lazy to sharpen my weapon, even if we are able to maintain that sharpness with grinder. Master's Touch is just such an amazing utility skill, and at the end of the day we're still maintaining most of the meta skills that we use for Longsword. So most of the meta skills that we use for Longsword are Critical Eye on level 7, Dragon Attack, that's actually not a meta skill, but we do have Dragon Elemental Attack weapon. Also, do have in mind that this is basically a raw kind of build, raw weapon kind of build, and since we do have those free slots, then we might as well place those extra points into Dragon Attack, because our weapon uses Dragon Element. We have Critical Boost level 3, and then we have Weakness Exploit level 3. Master's Touch level 3, Quick Sheath level 3, Stun Resistance level 3. Those are going to be our main skills that we are going to be using. How much affinity do we have? The weapon that we are using is in this the Abyssal Flicker. As you can see right here, the Abyssal Flicker has a minus 25% affinity. We are actually just having 65% if you're able to hit the enemies, the monsters, in their weak spots. But you will. I mean, you can. Don't you guys play with the weaknesses? Anyways, we also have that amazingly beautiful and gorgeous purple bar on our weapon sharpening. So even if we miss around here and those critical hits, we are still going to maintain this thing throughout the entire fight. Also, one thing that I like to do, one thing that I like to have, it's a fighter support kind of palico. Because the fighter support kind of palico, it's going to give you a buff that's plus 30% affinity. So basically, with this build, what do we have right now? It seems to be 15% affinity, but in reality we have 95% affinity with this build. So let us go through the armor pieces. Most of it is going to be from Teostra's fight, which is why it's so easy to obtain this build. It is an endgame build, that has to be said. It is true, but yeah, I mean, we are all striving to get to that beautiful endgame. Anyways, we have the Kaiser Crown X, which is going to give us a Critical Eye and Critical Boost, both level 3 and level 1 respectively. That's Stun Resistance, that's from my decos, so do not mind it that much. This one is not that amazing because it only has level 1 decoration slots, and the Critical Eye, it's just 2, but we get 2 Master's Touch from this thing. Kaiser Band Braces. We have Critical Eye from these ones and Critical Boost as well. We also have Teostra's Blessing. In case, if it seems to be the case that you actually do want to use a nitro or a fire-based weapon, with this very specific build that we have right here, it really does not matter. It's not going to change that much, but you can definitely use the Basil Jar Blazer. This has negative affinity, and it also has that just white sharpness bar, but it's an amazing weapon nonetheless. You are going to get that bonus from Blast, so that's nice, I guess. We also have the Imperial Shima, which is going to have Blast on 54. Those are the ones that I believe that are going to take advantage of this thing that we have right here, the Teostra's Blessing, which, since we have it at level 2, the fire attack and blast build-up builds up again to 10% extra build-up. So that is amazing. Moving on, we have this scholarly sash. Yeah, that thing. This thing is going to give us 3 levels of quick sheath, and it's also going to give us a level 3 decoration slot and 2 level 1 decoration slots, which is an amazing. We also get that free meal, which is like kind of nice. It's nice to have it, to have those extra little potions around here and there. But this one you are going to have to complete the collaboration quest lines for different kind of NPCs to unlock it. So that's that. That is the only piece of gear that you are going to change from the Teostras. This one is going to give us our final Master's Touch. So Master's Touch, what essentially it's going to do is that every time you land a critical hit, you're not going to lose sharpening. It is downgraded from previous iterations of Monster Hunter, but with this build, basically what we want to do is never, ever be grinding our weapon, because that takes time away from us, that takes DPS away from us. So with this setup, we are missing something like attack boost, something like that, in order to maintain Master's Touch. But me personally, I just love Master's. That's a personal opinion, that's a personal choice. I like Master's Touch because I feel comfortable with it. I just got accustomed to never have to grind my weapon in the middle of a fight anymore. And I am just an aggressive, a very aggressive player that always wants to be on top of the monster. So every time the monster gets away, runs away, instead of grinding my weapon, I chase it and try to stop it, so that I do not lose time in the fight. Anyways, the talisman that we are going to have, it's not going to be important on the skill that it has. You only need a talisman that has 2 level 2 decoration slots. In that, we are going to place a weakness exploit decoration slot and also a evade extender, because it's just something that I was not using, and since we have one free decoration slot, I thought that it might actually be a nice idea. So as for the decoration slots that we have, on the Abyssal Flicker we have a Soul Jewel level 3, which is going to give you more affinity the more you keep attacking the boss. So the monster. So that if you already have so much high affinity, why do we want more affinity? It's just more pleasure. It's just for the pleasure of it. Alright? Also we have Steadfast Jewels. Do not mind that fire resistance jewel that I have right there, that was just a side effect. Anyways, Steadfast Jewels, we need 3 of those. I have 2 on my chest piece, and I also have 1 on my talisman. Dragon Jewels, 2 on the males, and 2 on the sash, the scholarly sash, and 1 on the greaves. As for the Tenderizer Jewels, to have that weakness exploit, we're going to place 1 right here on the Kaiser braces, 1 on the scholarly sash, and 1 on the greaves, which that is going to give us our 3 weakness exploits. And finally, since we do have that free slot and we're not actually going to be using anything, maxing out anything else, I do like to use Jumping Jewel, because the range of extension that you get even from level 1, it's amazing. And I like to use this thing because I like to stay mobile on the battlefield, but also this thing ensures that I am always in place to be hitting those sweet spots, those weak spots from the bosses, from the monsters. So that is why I like to have at least 1 jump jewel for evade extender. That being said, if you like the video, if you find the video informative, if you like the content, I would very much like to invite you again to subscribe before you close the door. Remember that if no one has told you today that you are a gorgeous and beautiful gamer, you are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful gamer. A beautiful day, and I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day, and goodbye.